Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, going to give all glory and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Alright, just finna get into this quick lesson. Alright, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is using, Trump for his prophecy, his prophecies, alright? Alright, because look, and what inspired this lesson? Of course, it was Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, but I seen a video concerning Trump. I believe everybody damn near seen the video, the AI video, of him, in a fighter jet. He had a crown on, and it was concerning the No Kings protest. All right, because what these people, are tired, of what, and that's prophecy too. That these people will be, have an uprising against, the leaders, So basically, he was in a fighter jet and basically, let shit out, on the protesters, and you never seen nothing like this, in the history with dealing with other, presidents, especially him having a crown on, This is obviously, that king, as it talks about Isaiah 14, Isaiah 19, all right. So matter of fact, I'll start right here. Isaiah 19 and verse 4, it says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord," all right? And the Egyptians is going into the Americans, all right? Because what, America is likened unto Egypt, as you can read in Revelations, the 11th chapter, and Deuteronomy 28, around like 68 or 64, in the Revelations 11 talks about what, Egypt, or this place being spiritually Egypt, all right, because of the ways, all right. So again, it says Isaiah 19 and 4, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts," all right. So yeah, Yahweh Shemel Shah is using that king, all right, Donald Trump, all right, to rule over them fiercely, all right. And look what he's doing, all right. What, you got SNAP benefits ending within November, all right. You got people not being able to find jobs, all right. You got people, you got the government shutting down, all right. What else? What else this nigga doing? He's cracking down on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans concerning ICE. He's basically not caring what the people are saying and basically doing what he wants to do. And at the end of the day, it ain't what he wants to do. It's what the elites wants to do, And at the end of the day, it's not the elites. It's what? It's Yahweh Shemel Shah, This is Proverbs 21 and verse 1. Give me a second. Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the river of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So yeah. So Yahweh Shemel Shah is controlling Donald Trump. All right. To what? To move how he's moving. All right. Hey, that's Yahweh Shemel Shah put the spirit on him to bring out that video, all right, of him, so-called shitting on the protesters, all right? Just basically letting these people know that what? He can care less about what they talking about, Hey, he's the so-called king, and he's going to do what he pleases, as he pleases, And at the end of the day, Yahweh Shemel Shah, this is what Yahweh Shemel Shah wants, So the Lord is in the Hebrew word for heart is the Hebrew word lab, meaning mind, all right? So Yahweh Shemel Shah, he's in control of their mind. Everything that they do, the things that they think, and Yahweh Shemel Shah, he's controlling that, Here, real quick, another one. Job 30 and verse. Give me a second. I gotta remember exactly where it's at. Might be 31. Might be 33. Okay, Job 33 and verse 15. In a dream and a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man, and slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw men from his purpose, and hide pride from men. And hide pride from men. Alright. So see, Yahweh Shem Shai, hey, just backing up the point on what? Yahweh Shem Shai, he's controlling, Donald Trump. Alright. So when Donald Trump is falling asleep, guess what? Hey, Yahweh Shem Shai is sending the angel to seal his instructions on what he's gonna do, the next day. Alright. And guess what? Yahweh Shem Shai, he's making a move according to his prophecies, alright, according to his words. Alright. Here it is, Isaiah. Isaiah 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So see, Yahweh Shem Shai is all about his prophecies, alright? What he commanded, that's gonna happen. Alright? It's not gonna, it's not gonna not happen. Nothing's gonna be able to upset it, And what's the prophecies that Yahweh Shem Shai is forwarding? Jacob's trouble, alright? Basically the destruction of Babylon the Great, aka America, That's why it says that he's gonna give the Egyptians over to into the hand of a cruel Lord. Alright, because what? This cruel Lord, he's passing, alright, or he's doing things that's what? Making the lives of these people hard. Alright? He's making the lives of these people hard. Alright? To the point where what? People was talking about, I'm gonna go out there and steal. They're on the internet talking about they're gonna steal. People talking about selling their box. Alright? That's what's going on, alright? And you got people out here crying, alright? Basically, kind of like not wanting to live no more, alright? Because it's just getting harder, alright? And Trump ain't making it better, So this is the plan. This is the plan of Yahweh Shem Shai, alright? With Trump, alright? Here, this is Salaki. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, and verse 5. It says, O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. I will send him against an hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil, and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the street. So see, this is what Yahweh Shem Shai is using Trump for, alright? To forward this prophecy right here, alright? The prophecy of what? And of course, the Assyrians, came against, the northern kingdom, alright? But what? Guess what? This is going to happen again, alright? Because look, it says, O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. I will send him against a hypocritical nation, And against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the street. So this is going to happen again. All right. This is going to happen again. All right. And the modern day Assyrians is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, you know, because the Assyrians was what? Known for their cruelty. All right. You know, they were a cruel people, just like what? Esau now. All right, Esau is about to show that they're a cruel people. All right, how they're about to. Hey, matter of fact, I seen a video of ICE. Just basically dragging the woman out of her car. Just dragged her out. They ain't let her get out. Nah, they dragged her out. And basically held her down like she was some type of criminal or some type of some type of dangerous person. And guess what? It's gonna get way worse out here. All right, it's gonna get way worse because this is what Yahweh Shem Shah wants for 2/3 of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and two, the fall of Babylon the Great, aka America, with the fall of these heathens. All right, because hey, in the midst of Jacob's trouble, guess what? These heathens gonna be getting hit too. We're witnessing. Basically, we're just witnessing the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. So So here, let me get something. What comes with that is everybody losing. It ain't just Israel. It's everybody. And the only one that's gonna come out of this alive or win is the elect. All right. This is Isaiah 31 and verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. Yep. Because they're going to understand that what? Because soon to come, America's going to try to fight against Yahweh Shem Shah, including, these other heathen nations. In the midst of World War III, Yahweh Shah is going to crack them clouds, all right? And guess what? They're going to try to fight Yahweh Shah, but he's going to show them that what? They're just men. The shit that they got, that's the shit that, Yahweh Shem Shah allowed you to happen, That's the farthest, their minds could go. All right, they're not spirit. All right, as it talks about in Ezekiel, I believe the first chapter. It talks about how the chariots of Yahweh Shem Shah, which the world ignorantly calls the UFOs. All right, they could just drive or ride and then do a sudden stop. All right, or they can ride straight and then do a sudden turn to the left. Esau's aircraft can't do no shit like that. If they try, they'll die. But it says, when the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. All right, so everybody that's down for this system, all right, America, all right, they're gonna fall. They're gonna fall right along with it. All right. And that was a cool one, but where is that at? Probably Proverbs. It talks about though hand joining hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Let me see. I can't find it right now, but it's all good. But roughly paraphrasing, it says, though hand joining hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, you know. And that's you know, because all these people here, Babylon the Great, aka America, if they're not serving Yahweh Shem Shah, they're wicked, you know. They're wicked and they're down with Esau, you know. They're down with, you know, keeping this wicked lifestyle, all right. So they're gonna have to fall too, you know. They're gonna have to fall too. All right, so it's not gonna be just Jacob's trouble. It's gonna be the whole. Hey, it's gonna be, you know, these heathen troubles too. You know. Here, I'm gonna get 2 precepts and I'm gonna end it off. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And yeah, and why is this gonna happen? Why is people gonna be fighting against each other? You know, with swords in their hands, and that sword is representing the gun, because what? Trump is gonna make it to where everything is just bad out here, to the point where they're not gonna be able to buy food. You know, inflation is gonna be all high. All right. You see, these people, people ain't getting food stamps. All right. So that's gonna make people what? Busting people's houses. All right, looking for food. All right. In the midst of that, they're gonna be killing each other. You know. And guess what? See, Trump is the one. Yahweh Shem Shah is using Trump to do that. You know. It says, for the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, you know. Where there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. And yeah, with that no kings protest, what? You seen, you seen people basically, you had 2 types of people out there. You had the people that was down for Trump, and then you had the people that was not down for Trump. You know. So hey, this is a divided kingdom. You know, and as Yahweh Shah said, what? A kingdom that's divided within itself, it cannot stand. So this kingdom can't stand, all right, because it's division all everywhere. You know, it's division everywhere, and so this kingdom is set up to fall. All right. So it's gonna be to a point where what? Damn, fucking itch. It's gonna be to a point where people are not gonna care. You know, people are not gonna care what, you know, Trump, you know, the government, you know, is talking about. That's how bad it's gonna get out here. You know. Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril. All right, peril, Peril, basically going into danger. All right. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril, because of the devices that were come into it. All right, devices going into a what? A wicked scheme, or a plan, you know. And what Trump plan is to what? Forward the NWO. All right, to forward that micro C hip. All right. And that's why you know, you got basically the people that's pushing the forward, the future, or the future of this world. What they're pushing, what technology, basically. All right, they're all about technology. All right, just like China. All right, they're down there in China. What? People are homeless. All right, because what? They're not up to the damn, what is it? Forgot exactly what it was called, man. Slovakia. Forgive me. But basically they're not there. It's at the tip of my tongue too. They're scored, or basically, you know, it's a score to where, you know, it's a nationwide score, you know, letting them know, or letting, you know, everybody know, letting the leaders know that, hey, this person's a good person. You know, he's able to, you know, buy. You know, he's able to sell. Or this person's a bad person. You know, he's not able to. You know, so hey, Trump is, you know, in that mode. You know, so he's gonna allow, you know, these people to what, uh, uh, uh you know, be at an uproar. All right, kill each other to the point where they're gonna kill each other for the lack of bread. All right, and then next thing you know, he's gonna come in with this, you know, this micro C hip, you know. All right, so hey, it's gonna get bad out here, you know. And this is all of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, this is all of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, so hey, if you're not right with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, hey, you better get right with him, because soon to come, this is, you know, it's gonna be too late, and you're gonna be caught up in judgments. You know, you're gonna have you know, some type of judgment waiting for you. You know. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh, double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone. All right, Shalom.